Bring him up.
Get it, get it, get it,
Already,
get it, get
already, word.
it.
I felt blessed, really. I just thought he was going to just saying he's going to do this and not carry it out. When we went to sign off on it, I just looked at him and I smiled because here we have a way out of the predicament that we were in. And here my grandson is stepping up to it.
This is memories, y'all, because like this is the very first deal that changed our life. Right here, this is the six-figure deal that we always talk about, being able to capitalize. We sold this property, made 6 figures. Our very first deal just kind of put us in position to win. You feel me? How I make you
First
feel?
of all, it was a headache. Remember that, Jelly? Remember like
Oh,
scrounging,
man.
saving up money, like
Saving up money, everything, our last dollar.
stacking and saving, and it was a headache, but it turned out to be a blessing. So
Yeah.
like I'm really thankful for us that we had this opportunity. I'm really thankful that we was able to game plan something, come together, and actually figure out a solution. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you too for like
Oh, yeah.
spearheading that.
You already
bro.
know. You already know.
Just being able to have the mindset to accomplish something like this. It was many nights, bro. You and I was talking. We was in Albany at this time, trying to game plan of how we gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
We were like studying. You put me on to some of the classes that you have. It's like, yo,
Facts.
bro, come in and study.
Yeah.
I'm up there for a whole month
Yeah,
living.
yeah,
You
yeah.
understand? Like, so the whole sacrifice is not just like, glory. It's a lot of guts that goes into it. You gotta have guts on just like taking risks. So the fact that we took risks, bro, I really love that, man. I want us to continue to take risks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. One of the most important things is that it was a collaborative effort, all hands on deck, and that's our motto to this day. Like all hands on deck, everybody always is gonna make the dream alive. We're gonna breathe life into the company, breathe life into everything we're doing, and we're gonna make millions, man.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
fact.
present to though?
Yeah.
Just doing it with my brothers.
Yeah,
Like
all the
that
time.
feeling, like the real feeling of accomplishing something that we truly wanted to set out for.
Yeah.
And then we did it, like
Yeah.
bro, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, like yo,
That's one of the
we
biggest
we had to grind it out. I'm talking about, but I had to borrow your car. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody riding around in fancy whips. Like, nah, we gotta keep the credit right.
Yeah,
Keep the credit right, man.
we was like novice in the game. People was looking at us like, yo,
Taking
we don't know
advantage
no
of
better.
us.
Take advantage of us, and we still came out winning at the end of the day. So nothing's gonna stop us.
That's a
Period.
fact. I let everybody know that, you may not have the money, you may not have the credit, but as long as you have the strategy, as long as you have the hard work, as long as you have the discipline, that's all we had. All we had was strategy and hard work and discipline and togetherness.
Yeah.
And we figured it out, and we was able to change our lives. So,
To this accomplishment and to more.
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. Sky's the limit, man. This is it. This is how we changed our lives. You see it right here, live in effect, right in front of us. We out here.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Get it. We are live for the Family Legacy Boot Camp. I need everybody to type family in the chat. I need every single person to type family in the chat. And I'm super excited about the Family Legacy Boot Camp in particular because this is personal, y'all. Somebody type personal in the chat. Like, it's one thing to go out there and make a couple dollars and make some money, build a business, but it's a different thing when you know it's about your family. When you put your wife on, your husband on, you put your son on, your daughter on, your niece, your nephew, it's different when you're able to put your last name on a self-storage facility. It's different when you're able to write checks with your last. It's just different. So I need everybody to show up with a different type of spirit, a different type of energy because it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you, y'all. And I'm gonna lead by example. I'm gonna give you everything I got. We got 3 days. So tonight is day 1. I need everybody to stay locked in for day 2 and day 3 because what we're gonna share here today is how to build family wealth. I'm not gonna share with you just how to get a quick 20,000. Like, that's not our mission. You might, if we on a webinar, if we on another different, like, that's a different conversation. Like, what I'm speaking about during these next 3 days, we wanna get a quick 20 million. It's a different, somebody type quick 20 million in the chat. It's a difference, man. When you start talking like that, it's like, ooh, it feels, quick 20 million. Like, that's the type of conversation we want to have. And this is possible. I'm going to give you the blueprint because I'm living proof of what I've been able to do for my family. All right, so I want to jump right into it. I don't want to waste no time. I got some powerful information to break down and share, but I need to just set a few expectations. Is that okay? Is it okay if I just had a few expectations before we get started? the very first expectation that I want to set is that I need us to play all out. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I need to see the faces. I need to see the cameras on. Jamar, Ali, Sean, I see y'all. And congratulations, y'all was able to do the catering for Joy's event. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I see what y'all got going on. I know y'all have some other cool stuff going on. I gotta get with y'all on, but I'm proud of y'all. Devon, what's up? I see you. Shanique, what's up? I see you. Where mom at? Ty said, hey, if she in the building, let her know I said, hey. Donna, what's up? Lenore, what's up? Robin, what's up? You on every call, Robin. I'm paying attention. You like from Zoom to Zoom. I gotta get every piece of information. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna leave me hanging with nothing, Mogul. I've been there. Kana, what's up, Kana? Queena, what's up? Ed, what's going on? Gilda, what's up? Another one. Quinn, what's going on? Ashley, what's up? That's what I'm talking about. Let's put them cameras on. Let's show up because look, the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. Is that right? Stacy, how you doing? Linda, how you doing? Gwendolyn, how you doing? Iquan, what's up, bro? Nathan, what's up, big bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Legendary Kev, what's up? Is that right? The way we do one thing is the way we do everything. And if we can't do the small things, we can't do the big things. We talk about going to get a quick 20 million. If we can't show up with our camera on and have our complete undivided attention, we're not talking about getting $20 million in family wealth. Like, just, am I right or am I right? Just let me know. That's the type of energy I'm on. So I want to see them faces. I want to build and I want to connect. The second thing that I need everybody to do, I need you to type show up in the chat. I need you to show up not only on the call, but I need you to show up after the call. What does that mean, showing up after the call, Mogul? That means that I need to be in that Telegram group networking with other people that's like-minded. That means that I need to actually execute on the homework every single step of the way, because the only way you're going to get the transformation is through the implementation. Like, we could take notes all day and be information junkies, but we want to be addicted to the execution. Are y'all with me? I'm just setting the tone because I'm excited. The Family Legacy Bootcamp is really my best. Like, y'all may have seen me on different challenges, different boot camps, but this is personal and dear to me because this is truly what we represent, is really putting our family on, because we know at the end of the day, if we truly want to build community, if we truly want to make sure that we get ourselves to that next level, it starts with the family. You can't get it right between you and your family. We're not going to get it right nowhere else. I'm going to talk to y'all. Can I talk to y'all? All right. So I need us to show up every single day, show up after the call. I want us to network and connect with each other. All right. The third thing is I want us to have an open mind, understand it may not make sense. I'm gonna say some things like, Mogul, Red, you telling me to do that, Mogul? I don't know if that, like, it don't sound right, Mogul. It's not supposed to make sense. Because if it made sense to you, you would already be doing it. And if you know what to do and you're not doing it, then we need to have a different conversation. I might have to call Mindset Mogul in here. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all with me? I just want to make sure we set these expectations before we get started. Again, the purpose of these 3 days is to teach you how to build family wealth, how to get the people around you on board, how to make the most out of what we got. Because the truth is, we have some talented people around us, but we don't know how to get the value out of them. We know somebody around us that has some potential, but we don't know how to get them to that next level. All right, so let's jump right into it. Day one, I am going to be getting into creating a successful family legacy meeting. So put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard me discuss online about my family legacy meeting. Every time I post about it, it goes viral. Well, I talk about bringing my family together, and we talk about finance, and we put up money, and we invest. Put a 1 in the chat, put a 2 if you never heard of it. Like, Mogul, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. All right, cool. So I'm going to go more in detail, and if you haven't heard of it, this is going to be powerful information for you, all right? So jumping right into it, we're going to be getting into, and I got to update this picture, actually, because I am no longer a father of 2. I'm a father of 3. I got 3 boys under 4 years old. And listen, shout out to the parents, because I used to talk crazy to my dad, and now I'm like, God damn it, I was getting on your nerves. God damn it, I thought I knew it all, but now I get it because my sons are really making sure that I am being challenged and helping me get to that next level. My beautiful wife, Zakia. So this is, who I do it for. I really do it for my family and everybody here on this call, my brothers. The mission for tonight is to help you define your family legacy, how to structure that meeting, how to set expectations. Somebody put me in the chat if you feel like when you share these strategies with family and friends, they don't want to hear it. They don't understand it. They say it's a scam. They say, oh, man, you listening to somebody else? Oh, it's a scam. They still confused about money. Well, we're going to talk about how to overcome those objections. All right. These are the 5 principles to success. If you do not execute on this, you will not make the most of this experience. I want you to give yourself permission to show up. Can I talk to the moms? If you're a mom, just put a mom in the chat. Just type mom in the chat if you're a mom. I want to talk to you really, really quick, moms. I'm going to talk to you directly. Because if nobody ever told you, I'm going to just say it to you. You are the hardest working woman in show business. That's just the truth. I go to work every single day, and goddamn it, it's easier than what my wife do. I'm just gonna be honest. Staying at home with these boys, homeschooling and giving everything is, listen, that's hard work. I just see her go into pregnancy, being pregnant 9 months, and then going into labor 2 days. I'm like, God damn it, listen, I'm ready to pass out, and I wasn't on that table. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. For all the moms, for every sacrifice you've made, you've always done everything for everybody else and you put them first. I'm just gonna ask you politely and respectfully, I need you to put yourself first these next 3 days. Can you do that? I need you to type first in the chat if you could do that. You made everybody a priority. You made sure your husband was good. Every single family member, you there for them. You doing backflips. But when it comes to you, you put yourself last. I do not want you to do that, because the truth is, if you have nothing to give, everybody loses. The entire family loses, because we are only as strong as our mom, wife, or the women of that household. And I'm very big into scriptures, and I'm very big into really understanding what God has put on my life, and so I would never take for granted what I'm able to do here is only through God. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said one time where, a nation could rise no higher than its woman. And I want y'all to understand how important that is, right? Because again, you are the path to success. Without you, we are nothing. So I need you to show up and give yourself permission. All right, leave it all on the line. I need y'all to take action very fast. Building wealth is not always about being the person with the brightest ideas. It's about being the first to get to it. So when I tell you to go execute on something, I need you to do it really, really fast. Don't question me, just do it. Now let me know in the chat, what is your why? Why are you here? I want you to keep that at the forefront of your brain. I want you to keep that at the forefront of your brain, because I want you to think about how important it is to you to make sure your children have something that you can pass down to them when you are no longer here. I want you to think about how important it is for you to be able to spend these precious moments, because I'm going to talk about money, but I'm really talking about freedom. And I want everybody to think bigger than what you've been thinking. Let me know in the chat, what's your money goals? Put it in the chat. How much you want to make every single month? How much you want to make every single month? Let me know. 20,000, 100,000, whatever you put, times it by 10. We got to shoot for the stars. There's a book that I read. It's called 10X is easier than 2X. We got to get rid of the floor. We got to get rid of plan B. My plan B is just another way to make my plan A work. There's no other options, y'all. There's no other options. So I'm going to give y'all this book as well. So don't worry, we're going to break that stuff down. But let's jump right into it. No more time to waste. How to structure your family legacy meeting. So what is this family legacy meeting? It's when, and I want everybody to plan this out for the holidays, right? When everybody's coming around, I want you to encourage them to say, hey, let's come together and have a strong, serious meeting to discuss financial goals. Put a 1 in the chat if you even discuss financial literacy or finance in your household at all. Put a 2 if you don't. Because this is like taboo, right? We don't talk about how much money we make and what goals we have. Even at the job, they tell us don't even discuss your salary. It's a reason, because they don't want us to really talk about money when we really need to talk about it. So the family legacy meeting is for you to do that. Now, here's some steps, making it very practical. You're going to pick a date. And this is going to be an assignment for everybody to do at the end of these 3 days. I want you to pick a date between November, December, because everybody's going to get together for the holidays, right? Y'all going to come together, y'all going to eat, y'all going to do all it. Might as well, pick the date so everybody could be there. And we know we're going to carve out maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours for this family legacy meeting. All right. Next thing we're going to do after we pick the date, we are going to pick the location. Now, what I would encourage is, you want to pick the location where most of your family live. So if you know you live in Texas, but you from Florida and all of your family's in Florida, then you might want to do it in Florida. Because if you give your family any excuse not to be there, will they be there? Mama, do let me know. If you give them any excuse not to be there, will they be there? No. So we have to overcome all objections early. I'm gonna give you 3 months ahead. I'm gonna give y'all some game on how to do it. So Devonna, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna call up somebody in your family and you're gonna be saying, hey, cuz, what you got going on? What you got going on November 9th, cuz? What cuz gonna say? Let me know in the chat. You call your cousin tonight and say, hey, cuz, what you got going on November 9th? What they gonna tell you? Let's play this out in real time. I don't know, nothing, because guess what? If you anything like me, you come from my community, we don't plan out 3 months ahead. God damn it, I don't know. I cross that bridge when I get there. Let's just be real here. So you know they're gonna do it. But guess what? Once they say, I don't know nothing, well, guess what? Put this on your calendar. Got them. Since you don't know, I know what you're gonna be doing. This is the day, and this is where you're gonna be. Don't tell them about it. Oh, this is what we having first. Just ask, hey, look, what you got going on this day? They're gonna say, I don't know nothing. And then you're gonna say, well, this is what you're gonna be doing. And they can't backtrack. Because if they backtrack, then you know, all right, they're not here for it. All right. Cool. What we want to do is show up as true professionals, though, because in order for you to get your family on board, they need to no longer see you as the person they knew you as growing up. The reason why we are not able to get our family on board is because they think, Robin, you the same Robin from 20 years ago. They don't know that you've been in masterminds. They don't know that you invested in self-storage facilities. They don't know that you got insurance policies. And this is real stuff. I'm not throwing this out there. She's a mailbox cleaner. She really has this stuff. So they may not really know that version of you. Jamal Allen Shaw, they might not know that you around multi-millionaires and you see you at the bank and you catering for $1 million clients. They may not know that you different. Mama, they don't know. So you need to show them that you're different. And it starts with, okay, what does the experience look like when they show up? You need to have custom pamphlets, things that you can hand them out with a logo on it and say, this is what our agenda is. Give them a simple little layout of what credit is. What is a business? These are just some things we do to show that we are professionals and set a standard. You can give them a QR code on the pamphlet. That's what I did. QR code scans them to an actual training that you can give them for free. If Mogul gives you a free training like this, take the free training, hold it, and then scan it and give it to them. Say, hey, look, you can go listen to this on your free time. Just make sure you have some food, because we know how people get when we're hungry. Start getting a little agitated, a little moving around. So make sure the food is there. Make sure we're hydrated. Make sure they have pens and pads so that they can take notes. All right. I will also set a budget aside so that you can hire a videographer. I'm going to tell you why this is important. This is actually how I started to build my brand. So a lot of people ask, your Mogul, how you build your brand? I had my family legacy meeting and I hired a video guy to record it and I put it on YouTube. So guess what? When I put that on YouTube, the people that's online don't know I'm speaking to my family. They just see me speaking to people as the authority. So now I'm building up my influence online. So some of y'all want to build your influence online. This could be that. All right? Now I'm going to tell y'all 2 things that you want to make sure that they do before they show up to the meeting. Beforehand, you're going to actually send everybody an email and you're going to tell them to do 2 things. 1, here goes a link. And I need you to go and set the LLC up in your state. Here, you give them a specific link, and it's going to be your affiliate link because you're still going to get paid for your time. So you could actually set up an affiliate link with a company called Bizzy, B-I-Z-E-E. You can set up an affiliate link. They'll pay you $100 every time somebody get an LLC. So you're going to send them the link and say, hey, get this LLC done with Bizzy, and they're going to do all the work for you. The second thing you're going to do is send them a link with Identity IQ, or you can send them Smart Credit, whatever company you work with, but set up an affiliate with those companies first because you need to get paid. So now that you send them the email with the link to pull their credit report, you're going to say, this is mandatory. Get your credit report pulled, and you need to have an LLC. And that is what you need to meet before I even could get you all the details to show up. Does that make sense? Because we don't want just people in the room. We want quality. Even though we want a lot of family, but we want quality family because the wrong person in the room can mess everything up. And if you can't pull your credit free for 7 days and get an LLC for a couple $100, then we can't talk about 20 million. Everybody's not meant to go there. We can't drag everybody. We got to set a standard. But guess what? If you did this with 30 family members, 10 family members, 5 family members, and they sign up, you could make $500,000, $2,000 just on affiliates from Bizzy when they get their LLC. You can make $200, $300, $400 a month reoccurring now that they have their credit monitoring that they need. And it's not something that they don't need. They need this stuff. Are y'all with me? I'm giving y'all some game. Pick this up. Pick this up. So what we're going to do is set the agenda. What we're going to do is set the agenda. The first 15 minutes is going to be mindset. Mogul, wise mindset. Though, listen, put a 1 in the chat if you believe that 90% of success is mindset. That's the truth. And it sounds crazy, but the person that believes they can and the person that believes they can't are both right. They're both right. I just choose to be on the side that I believe I can do it. I'd rather focus on the light instead of focusing on the left. But we need to help them change their mind, because making money is truly not an action. Making money is a thought process. When you change how you think about money, you're going to change what you do to get money, which changes the outcome of you attracting money, because we don't chase money, we attract money. Are y'all with me? You need to be able to break down these concepts. That's why in our mentorship, we are big on public speaking and communication. Can I give y'all some game real quick? I'm just cooking up. This is important. We're talking about family wealth here, y'all. Different conversation. Look, my mentor told me, he said, Mogul, you only need 2 things to be able to build wealth and make a lot of money. You need the ability to think big and speak clear. I want y'all to write that down. I mean, that might go over your head. God damn it, that might go over your head. He said, Mogul, you need the ability to think big and speak clear. I said, break it down, because it make sense, because it looked like I need a lot more. My bank account not showing that. Because I've been thinking big enough and I've been speaking loud. It ain't working, bro. My bank account is not showing. He said, look, you're not thinking big enough. You're thinking too small. You need to have a big enough solution for the biggest problems. The wealthiest people in the world are only wealthy because they spent the time to find a solution to the biggest problems. Are y'all with me? The biggest companies in the world, all they do is just give you a solution to what you don't want to go and spend the time, energy, and money on to find out yourself. So if you're able to think big enough and think outside the box and figure out, okay, what is the problem that most people are having? How do I come up with a solution for it? That's going to be the first unlock. Number 2, you need to be able to articulate that to the world, because you could be the best kept secret. Somebody type me in the chat if you got a skill or you got a gift and people around you say, you so good. I know Jamal, Alishon, they cook, they good. They do the credit thing. But guess what? You could be the most talented person in the world, but if nobody knows you, how could they pay you? There could be somebody that's way less talented than you, but because they are getting out there and getting exposure, they're making more money. Can I be real? Somebody type be real in the chat if I can be real. I'm telling y'all exactly what you need to hear. And this is what Coach True says. This is the real principle. Y'all ready for this? All the money that you want is in other people's pockets. We got to understand that. All the money that you want is in other people's pockets. And because they don't know who you are, you're not uncovering the value enough. They can't pay you. They want to pay you because they need your service. They need the solution, but you too scared to get out there. Are y'all with me? So you need to be able to articulate that. And if you cannot do that for whatever reason, you need to be able to communicate it to somebody who can. So you're going to need a B person or a C person that's going to be that front person, and you could be the brains behind it, but essentially you need somebody who can uncover that value. So we need to break down these concepts during this 15-minute mindset segment. We're going to go into talk about professionalism. Listen, we got to break it down very simple. I remember I had a family legacy meeting and we was talking about resumes, right? This was my sister's ex-boyfriend at the time. You know, we like, all right, cool. You got a resume. We looking to, set you up with a job. He pulled out a sheet of loose leaf paper with pencil writing of his entire work history. I said, oh man, this is deep. It's deeper than what I thought. And it was like, he just didn't know. It wasn't like bad. He just did not know. I'm like, God damn it. So we got to talk about professionalism. What does a resume look like? How do you actually write an email? Hey, can you shake somebody's hand and look them in the eye? I talked to my little cousin. Every time we dap up, he can't even look me in the eye. He looking down like, yeah, what up, cuz? I'm like, bro, put your head up. Look at me. Are y'all with me? So again, if we can't do the small things, we can't do the big things. So these are the things that I'm talking about before I get into the real meat and potatoes, the money of it. Because again, mindset first. We got to learn and become the person that earns the right to go make the money. So then we're going to get into budgeting. And these are some of the resources that we will give you. I'll actually kind of share some of it. I'll show you some of the resources that we're going to give you. This is what we do in our mentorship, just to show y'all. But a budget, right? So one of the things that we would, give you to be able to sit down with your family is going to be a few things, right? And kind of share this. You print this out and you're going to put this in a pamphlet. All right. So one, you're going to have them complete what is called a net worth calculator, where they're going to go through their finances, what's in their checkings, their savings, if they have life insurance, what they own properties. Because guess what? My college professor told me this, and it didn't make sense until a couple years ago. He said, if you can't write it down, you don't know what you're talking about. So a lot of people need to see it on paper to realize how bad their situation is because they've been running from it. I remember the times where I was broke, busted, and disgusted, and I didn't want to open up that bank account because I knew it was negative. So I ran from it. Let's be real here. How many of us don't even want to open up that account because we refresh? It might just hit another overdraft. So we don't even look at it. But we have to look it in the face, identify the problems before we create the solution. So we want to have our family members create this net worth calculator so you can see that you're negative 500,000 net worth. How do we get it to positive? We're also going to have them complete a budget. We need to know where your money is going, how much money is coming in. Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 if you know how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. Or you just spending it, and whatever, if the card declined, it declined. I mean, like we have to be scientists when it comes to our money. And it starts with us. So those are the two things, a few of the things, but those are just two that we would want to make sure that we give our family members to complete on the spot. Now, we don't want to give them this as homework. Let me know in the chat. Why do we not give them this as homework? Let me know in the chat. Why do we not give them this as homework? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. All right, cool. The reason why they won't get it done, because guess what? Once they leave, the baby's gonna be crying. The job gonna be like, you got to get this done. Life is gonna happen, so we need to do it now. So that's why you set out time for them to do that, and then you discuss credit. This is why it's important for you to be in mentorships like this, because we're gonna teach you credit and different strategies, and you need to go and be able to relay that same information. Once we go through that, that is gonna give us about maybe an hour. Right? Then we got to take a break because we got to give everybody a chance to kind of like, you just threw so much at them, right? We're going to want to overload. So let's give them a little 5-minute break. Then we get back into it. We start setting up our LLCs and we talk about the money and then we do an actionable follow-up. All right, y'all got that? Y'all got that? So let me actually show y'all in real time. Let me show y'all in real time, what we do in full detail. And me and my wife was just doing this at that point when we started this in 2019. I believe it was our first family legacy meeting, right? So what we would do, y'all with me? Hold on, make sure my screen, can y'all see? All right, yeah. So what we would do is after our family legacy meeting, we would have a follow-up call one-on-one. And on that follow-up call, we would give them what is called a financial battle plan. So I'll show you the structure of what that looks like. So, and y'all can see the dates, like we couldn't make this up if we wanted to, right? You see February 2020, right? I'll send, this Sasha, this is one of my family members, right? We'll send her an email of like, so she needs to get her credit repair. And this is her financial battle plan. So we look at her credit score at the moment, what she needed to do, how much she needed to pay to get credit repair, what her business plan was. All of this was when we had that one-on-one call after the meeting, and then we do next steps. So the next steps is, this is what you're gonna do, and we put a date on it to hold them accountable. So we lay out all of this stuff. So we want to take out the guesswork for you. We're going to do some heavy lifting, but cool. Now we're going to tell you exactly what you need to do according to your goals, and we're going to put a date on it. All right? So we have our family legacy meeting. After that, we schedule our one-on-one calls. We give them a follow-up financial battle plan, and we put a date on it. Now, once we put a date on it, we assign them to accountability partners. Now, y'all ready for this? Wish y'all ready for this, right? So we all have different family members that get along and some that don't. I know, like my uncle. My uncle, I love him, but he's the uncle like you don't want to hear from him because he's gonna be loud. Like who got the family member that'll loan you some money, but you gotta hear a lecture from them first. Say, I'm gonna give you this $100, but you gotta get together because you should be doing it. Like, who knows that person? You know what I'm saying? So what I do is we give you accountability partners with somebody that you know you don't want to hear from. So now we mix and match, give you the financial battle plan. This is going to be accountability partner. Guess what? Now we tracking his progress. This is how intentional we got to be. I know I share it really quickly online and it sounds cool, but this is the details behind it. If we truly want to build family wealth, we have to do the dirty work to get our family out of last place. Because we've had years of trauma, right? It's the reason why grandma put the cable bill on my name, because she ain't know no better. Her mom put the cable bill on her name. She just doing what she was seeing. So you talking about decades of trauma passed down. We have to do a lot of digging to come out of the dirt. Are y'all with me? We have to be willing to go through that process to come out of the dirt. All right. So what we'll also do in our mentorship, we'll give you the actual templates, right? So this template right here, financial battle plan. Where is it at? Right here, right here. So we'll give you like a financial battle plan right here, have them fill it out. So you don't got to overthink it again. We give you the whole structure, next steps, have them, actionable steps, what to share with their accountability partners, all that cool stuff as we go. But I'm just kind of breaking down the framework. Is this good so far? Is this good so far? We talking family wealth, y'all. Is this good so far? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're not done. We just cooking up. We got some stuff to do. I hope y'all took y'all midday naps. I didn't, but it's all good. All right, so now we got to overcome some family objections, because what's going to happen is when you have this conversation with family and friends, they're going to be like, oh, man, I think I got this going on. And then, is it this is too risky. Is that thing a scam? Is it really going to work? The very first thing that you need to do to overcome objections is have passion. Your passion is priority. What does that mean, Mogul? Well, your mama do. If you go to your dad and you like, so hey dad, I was in this mentorship and I think we should do this and you stuttering and you're not confident and you don't got no real direction and you don't got no vision, nobody's gonna follow you. So you gotta show up with the conviction. You gotta show up with passion. Like, hey, look, this is what we on, whether you in it or not. This is what things that we're gonna be doing. This is what I'm doing. Your passion is priority. You have to be excited about it. When I jump on these classes, I'm excited about it. If I jumped on here with no excitement and then looking down, you're gonna be like, I'm jumping off. This ain't it for me. Right or wrong? So you have to do the exact same thing when you show up. Be the representation. Eliminate all excuses. But I'm gonna share this thing that we also need to understand, because there's a balance between encouraging them, holding them accountable, and then pushing somebody before they're ready. So I'm gonna talk about my son. I got 3 sons now, right? But I watched all of them in different phases thus far. I know I got a lot more time to go. But if my son is 1 year old, 1.5, and this actually happened, my oldest son at that point was like 3, but my son behind him wants to do everything his big brother does. So my oldest son at that point is running up the steps. Well, he can run up the steps because he knows how to get up there, even though he shouldn't be running up the steps, but he knows how to get up there. Now, my 1-year-old, 1.5, who's trying to run up the steps too, and I say, yo, be just like your brother. Go do this because you need to be moving fast enough. Well, I can jeopardize his life because he's truly not ready for that experience. He cannot go at that pace. He cannot go up them steps. Are y'all with me? So we just have some family members that's not ready and we can't push them if they're not. And we have to have that discretion, because you have the wrong family member that you get them access to a $50,000 credit card, and then 2 weeks later, they're going to be looking at you like, damn, I got this bill, and where'd the money go? You was at the club, you was giving all your money to girls, You was drinking, you was smoking, you was doing all this dumb stuff because you was not ready. So we had to have that discretion. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? And team, can y'all drop the Telegram chat and the link, team? Drop the Telegram link in the chat for everybody, because this is where we're going to be communicating. Drop the Telegram link in the chat for everybody, team. Can we do that? I want to make that clear. All right, cool. Let's keep on moving forward. Now let's talk about the family legacy meeting even further. So we go through financial planning. Now, this is exactly how you should be running your finances. And if you're not doing it, you need to get there. We go by what is called the 10-10-10-70 rule. So 10% of the money that you bring home, let's say you making $5,000 a month. Just throw an example out there. Well, 10% of your check should go to charity, because we got to give back to the God that even gave the breath in our body and made us to be here on the wake up list, right? So we're gonna set some money aside, but we need to set boundaries. Don't go to the church, the mosque, whatever, the Kingdom Hall, and then be giving $300 when you know you ain't got it. You should set your budget of what's within your frame. So this is what I got, and I'm gonna stick to it. Does it make sense? We have to hold these boundaries across the board. The other 10% is going to go to the side for an investment fund. For if there's ever an opportunity where Mogul goes, hey, look, Mamadou, we got an opportunity for you to invest in self-storage where you got the money to the side already because you've been putting 10% for the last 2 years into this investment fund. Does this make sense? And this is not to grow your business. It's strictly just to the side for some investments, whether you invest in the stock market, you invest in whatever the case may be. All right. The next thing is you're going to have 10% that go to savings. So, Kimmy, you need to make sure that you have this money to the side, because what can go wrong will go wrong. Let me tell you how the devil, he's busy, even though God is busier. But the devil's busy because that's what happens, right? The minute you start saving, what happens? The minute you like, oh, I got extra 3,000, what happens, y'all? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. What happens the minute that you think you got some money? The transmission go out. Then you get a flat tire. Your daughter call you up and say, I need this money. Right? Oh, like it just all happening all of a sudden. But we need to plan for the emergencies because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It is what it is. So let's put the money to the side. Let's set that expectation. All right. We need to make sure we do that. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We cooking up. We cooking up. We getting our meetings together. We getting our family together. So that's 30%. The 70% left is what you should be living off of. So when you go through your budget and you look at your money, if you are living off of more than 70%, that means that you are living above your means. And I'm just being honest, a lot of us are going to notice when we do this that we're living above our means and we got to make some tough decisions. But we have to be willing to go down to come up. Y'all with me? We have to be willing to give up something great to get something greater. So your car payment, your mortgage, that should be all within the 70%. And your car payment shouldn't be no more than 10% of your monthly income, for real. That's the truth. Your mortgage should be no more than 25, 30% of your monthly income. And you actually need these type of stats to even qualify. Like typically when you go get an apartment, right, they want to see 3 times the rent for a reason. They ain't making this stuff up. It's because it's financial principles. Same thing with a mortgage when they have their debt service coverage ratio. So if y'all got that, put God in the chat. So these are the things that we're going to talk about. And we're going to break down with our family. This is our economic blueprint. And we're going to stick to this for 2 years. Somebody type 2 in the chat. This is not an overnight thing. I want to make it very clear. What I'm sharing with you is you're going to have to do this for 2 years straight. A lot of us been on our day job for 15, 20 years, and we still in the same spot. Some of us actually worse off. Well, we can commit to doing something like this for 2 years. Now, as we continue, what we're going to do is take some money and put it to the side even further. So as little as $25 a day, you said you're going to put to the side. You do that for a year straight. That's over $9,000 that you can save. Now, if you got 10 people in your family, let's say all 10 of you do this. Just put $25 a day to the side. And we talk about different apps and things that you could utilize to, help you really do this. Mr. Brooklyn Business actually has a platform of software to do this for you. So you don't got to overthink it and it'll grow. But that's $91,000 that you can use that you can start investing in, which we're going to talk about this week. Now, let's talk about the biggest payday of the year. For most of us, that's 9-to-5ers that don't have businesses that's making real money. The biggest payday of the year is what? Let me know in the chat. What's our biggest payday of the year? You came to know when we get them tax refunds, tax season. Yeah, yeah. I know my sister, she be talking about her taxes in November. I'm like, God damn it, we ain't even in the next year yet. Yeah, when I get my taxes, it's November. What are we talking about? But this is what we're looking forward to. But this is what I would challenge us to do. When you do get that tax refund and you do get that earned income credit, that child credit, whatever y'all getting, because I don't get tax refund. I don't know what that is about no more. I've run away from the tax man, all right? But let's say on average you get $2,000. And again, all 10 of you stick to this commitment. That's 10 people, $2,000, that's additional $24,000. You add that to the 91,000, you now have $115,000 cash. Just by sacrificing our tax refund for 1 year, if 10 of us did it, and that's 2,000. You probably get more. Are y'all following me? Is this making sense? I'm not telling you nothing that I haven't done. I'm telling you from my real life. Who feels like this is even possible, first and foremost? Who feels like they can actually do? I know some of us like, yeah, this sound good. Listen, my family ain't shit, y'all. Like, it sounds good, but I don't know if I get onto your own board. I'm telling you, it felt like that for me. But guess what? Once I became successful and I showed a blueprint, everybody calling my phone, want to be a part of what I got going on. That's how it goes. Once you get to the top, then they say, oh, I knew you was always going to do it. Quinn, that's what they say. I knew how special you was. I always seen it in you, Devonna. Lenora, I always see it in you. That's how I go, but it's all good. We got to be okay with that. All right, so then we do what is called the susu. If you know what a susu is, put a 1 in the chat and put a 2 in the chat if you don't know what this is. And some Caribbean heritage, they say like partner, they say different things, different terms. But a susu is a form of savings, right? So again, it's widely known in West Africa and in the Caribbean. And essentially, it's a savings arrangement where you may have 10 people, 20 people, 30 people. They had susus where it could be like 50, 100 people. And every month, you put up a certain amount of money. But each month, you take the money and somebody gets the pot to go do what they want to do. So let me kind of pull it together, right? Let's say you got 10 people and each person puts up $125. That's $1,250 every month. Well, this month, I can get the money. Next month, Kimmy, you can get the money. Next month, Aquan, you can get the money. Next month, Ricky gets the money. Does that make sense? But we're all just putting up 125. This has been happening for years. I didn't make this stuff up. I just started utilizing it. So what we're also going to do, in addition to our economic blueprint, our plan that I'm sharing with you, we're going to start a family susu. This is what we did. And every single month, we took the money and we invested towards somebody's financial development. So for example, Donna, you may go 1 month where you get the money and you're going to take that money to go invest in some mentorship to learn some strategies on investing. All right, the next month, Gilda, you're going to take the money and you're going to go and learn and take some courses, or you may go get your license in insurance. I know you're doing insurance and stuff like that as well. The next month, Sheree, you may take the money and go clean up your credit, because right now you got to pay off some collections. You got some debts, right? But everybody's going to have a specific plan. The next month, Legendary Kev may say, I'm going to take this money to put into my account so I can show some statements so I go get some funding. This is what we did, and this changed the game. This is why you could see me and my brothers and what we've been able to do. So 1 month, we took the money and we invested to get my aunt credit cleaned up. We know that it was going to take her about 8 months. So cool, we're going to get that credit cleaned up. We'll swing back around because we're going to use you later. The second month, we invest so my brother could go get his life insurance license. And that's why he does all of our policies, right? So we keep it in-house. The next month, we invested so my dad could go get his private money broker certification. So he brokers all of the deals where we go buy properties. So every single month, we took the money and we invested so that we started to create our own ecosystem, and we don't need nobody on the outside. Does that make sense? And yes, everybody get paid. My dad still get paid when he brokers the deals. He put his 5% commission in there. But I'd rather give it to him and make sure he's profitable than give it to somebody else. Yes, Mr. Brooklyn Business gets paid when he do a policy commission on the back end. I'd rather give him the money because it goes back into our family ecosystem. Does this make sense? So we don't need nobody else. We can do it ourselves. We need to be disciplined, and then we need to be intentional. And then we also have to commit and follow through on what we're supposed to do. The worst thing that could have happened is if we invest this money for Mr. Brooklyn Business to go get his license, and then he go play games, fail the test, and then don't really show up. Now you messing up the whole ecosystem. So we all have to be committed to the process. Does that make sense? Somebody type commit in the chat. Mindset Mogul invested and took this entire leadership development program. Learned all of these strategies about becoming a better thinker. And it started from being able to raise money within ourselves. Y'all with me? Cool. Let's keep this train going. Let's keep this train going. I'm almost there. So let's kind of break this down. All right. So now that we do that, the next thing that we want to do is we want to talk about credit. So what I'm going to share with you is my family funding blueprint. All right. My family funding blueprint. So I'm going to break down some of these strategies. I'm not going to take too much time on it, but I'm going to share this little quickly, right? So when it comes to building out your credit profile, I would teach this to my family members. There's 5 main factors that make up our credit profile. One being the payment history. That's 35% of your profile. That's how you make payments on time, over time. The key word is overtime, not just doing it 1 month, 2 months. How can you consistently make payments on time, overtime? We're going to teach our family understanding how to keep your debts low, because if you max out your cards, then you look like a financial hazard, and that's 30% of your score. So debt usage and payment history is 65%. That alone will get you to the 700 credit club or not, depending on how you prioritize it. Does this make sense? We need to know how to build out our credit profiles with different accounts. We got installment accounts. We got open-ended accounts. We got fixed accounts. Revolving accounts. So these are the strategies that we like to teach, and you want to master. And we go in more detail in mentorship, but I'm not going to go too far because I want to make a point here, right? So this is also what our credit report should look like. Take a screenshot of this, and we should have a goal. Every time we are speaking with our family, they should know the target. If you don't have a goal for them, and that's even as a leader, if you have a team and your team don't know the goal, how can they even know what success looks like? How do they have what to even track and measure? So every time we do something, we need to know what's the target so we can see if we're measuring up and doing what we need to do. And if your credit doesn't look like this, it's okay. We're going to fix it up because we can do that. These are some of the things that we need to understand about the application. When we are applying, we can put the household total income. So if 5 of us live in this household and we all make $100,000, I can put $500,000 on that credit card application. We want to make sure that we put 2 years at our current address, and make sure that the address that you put on your application, it matches what's on your credit report. Any discrepancy, they will deny you. They also want to see 2 years of employment, and not as the CEO. We all want to be bossed up. I get it. But when you go in there and you say you're CEO and you have an employment, you don't have employment because you're a boss, that's the fastest way to get denied. Instead, you want to say that you are a W-2 employee, even if it's of your own business. You want to be a sales manager. You want to be a marketing manager, something that has a direct role and you get paid. You also want to make sure whatever your mortgage or your rent is, you can split it up amongst the people in your household. If you pick up anything I'm putting down, the name of the game is to have high income, low expenses, and consistency in your financials. That's the blueprint. That's the blueprint. And my team is dropping a Telegram in the chat. So those of you that don't have the link, this is where we'll be communicating. We'll be dropping more resources, different strategies throughout the week or throughout the next 3 days. So I would encourage everybody to join that chat. Yes, you could put president because that's a role, but anything that's a role, right? You could do manager or president, either one. All right. Now, let's talk about mastering banking relationships. Somebody type relationships in the chat. Somebody type relationships in the chat. So you got big banks, regional banks, you got local banks, you got credit unions. So we like to start with credit unions. I'm going to tell you why. Credit unions, they are competing against the big banks, and they are more customer friendly, and it's low barrier to entry. You can get into a lot of these credit unions just by donating to a charity of their choice. It's very low barrier to entry. So we start with credit unions, and then we go and build with local banks, regional banks, and the big banks like excuse me, Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America. Now I'm gonna give y'all a strategy. All right. So this is what we call credit card stacking. If you're familiar with that, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if you are not familiar with it. Credit card stacking. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. And before we get to credit card stacking, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna break this down, but I'm gonna show you something really, really quick before we get there. All right. So also in our family legacy, toolkit, this is what we'll give you, right? The family tree credit score template. So you're gonna sit down with everybody in your household or anybody at that meeting, and you're gonna identify what LLC they have, what age, and what credit score. So I just laid this out, based upon, a general layout. But if you have your cousin, your wife, your husband, whoever the case may be, you're gonna sit down and we're gonna put, let's say if grandma, right, she has a 700 credit score and her LLC is a year old. We know we can go get funded with grandma. If grandpa, he has a 500 credit score and his LLC is 3 years old, well, we can't get funded with him right now, but we can put grandma on his LLC on the operating agreement and go get more funding. So what we want to do is lay this out so we can see a clear plan, and then we start to implement. Does that make sense? So again, you're going to sit down, have this conversation, put everybody on this template, and then we're going to mix and match. Your aunt, your uncle, they got an 800 credit score, but no LLC. That's not a problem. We're going to put them on your grandfather's LLC that has some history, and we mix and match. So I'll show you how we do it. So I'll go in my school community. Right. And those of you that you should be in the school, if you're not in the school, definitely make sure you're in the school. But let's say you go to the school, you go to our business funding course, and you're going to scroll down to operating agreement. This is literally it, y'all. You're going to complete this operating agreement as a simple 1-pager, and you're going to put whoever has the best credit as 90% owner, whoever has the worst credit, 10%. Because anytime anyone applies, they're going to want to see financials if it's 20% or higher. So you make sure whoever has the best financials or credit is going to be 90%. So going back to our family template, if my aunt or uncle have an 800 credit score, I'm going to complete this operating agreement and put them on the LLC of my grandfather who has 3 years in history. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? All right, I just want to make sure we all good before I move on. All right, perfect. So moving back along. So now we're going to go and we're going to do our stacking, all right? So after we look at all of our family members and we know who got the best credit, who don't, who got LLCs, who do have LLCs, now we build a funding plan. And we're going to go apply strategically with credit unions first. And we're going to do it within a sequence based upon what credit reporting agency is pulled based upon that credit report. Credit union. So these are the credit unions that pull Experian. We got First Tech, PSCCU, Andrews, Statement Department, Federal Credit Union, Affinity Credit Union. Take a picture of this. Now, when you go apply, let's just say each of these credit unions give you $10,000 each on the low end. How much is that? How much is that? Somebody add it up. Get y'all pen and y'all pass. Let's add this up. Let's get to the money. Thank you, Tonda. Thank you, Lentina. That's $50,000 just from credit unions. We didn't go to the other banks, but now I'm going to go hit the banks that pull TransUnion. And these are all credit unions specifically. So if I hit Navy Federal, Alliant, Lake Michigan, Apple Federal Credit Union, Tower, if each of them give me 10,000 each on the low end, how much is that? Let's add it up. Let's get the numbers going. Thank you. Let's get it going. Thank you, Sarah. She's a mathematician. That's 100,000 because we added up. Thank you, Shani. Thank you, Jamal Alishon. Thank you. That's 100,000. Let's keep rolling. Now we're gonna go hit the credit unions that pull Equifax. So I gave Justice twice. I gotta fix that. I'm gonna give y'all Dover Credit Union. That's a typo. So if you got Digital Credit Union, Justice, NIH, FCU, PenFed, and Dover Credit Union, if each of them give you 10,000 on the low end, how much is that? Let's add it up. That's $150,000. Are y'all with me? Now let's put this in perspective. If you go back to that family credit tree template that I showed you, and you have one LLC, and you put your aunt that have an 800 credit score on that LLC and go get 150,000. Then you keep the same LLC and put your son that may have a 700 credit score and go get another 150,000. You put your wife on that same LLC, go get another 150,000. Are y'all following me? So you can keep the same LLC and go get multiple rounds of funding, but you're moving around who's on that LLC based upon the operating agreement because it's a personal guarantee. This is how I was able to maximize funding and build my own group of private investors. So when it's time for me to invest and go buy businesses, I don't need to go out to nobody else. I just make the phone call to the family and say, yo, cuz, what you got? Yo, dad, what you got? Bro, what you got? We about to go buy this. We don't need to go out to nobody else because we created our own private money ecosystem. And this is just credit unions. We can still go to the big banks. Let's use Chase, for example. I did this multiple times. So my cousin, for example, I personally got funding on my LLC through Chase, and then I put him on that same LLC and got more funding through Chase. We're maximizing our LLCs based upon the operating agreement. Are y'all with me? So that's just one LLC. Then we go to the second LLC and do what? Let me know in the chat. What do we do with the second LLC? What do we do with the second LLC? Rinse and repeat. Thank you, Missy. We take the same exact blueprint and we're going to take your aunt and put your aunt on that LLC and go get more funding again, but it's a second LLC, go back to the same banks, but it's a new LLC. Imagine if you had this exact sequence. Now, it may not happen over 30 days because you got to remove the inquiries and go back. But if you had a 2-year plan and you said, okay, you sat down with your family and you was able to say, look, this is our 2-year plan. We have 5 LLCs. This is who credit looks good. This is who credit doesn't look good. This is how we're going to do our susu. We're going to fix y'all credit. It may take y'all a year, but hopefully by next year, we can swing back around and put y'all on. But while we working on y'all, we doing this. So we're going to go for 5 rounds of funding, and this is how long it's going to take. This is what the process looks like. Are you committed to this? Imagine where you'll be in just 2 years. All it takes, and I'm telling you from my real life experience, this is not theory. Me and my family is living proof. But it takes you to be the person to make the change. It takes you to raise your hand and say, oh, look, I'm willing to go out there and be the first person to go and lay everything on the line and get everybody to go on this path. And no matter what it looks like, they going to say it ain't going to work. These people going to get on and fall off. Absolutely, people fell off. But did I stop? Hell no. Can I be real with y'all? If y'all go and YouTube this stuff, you probably can see it, which I don't want y'all to YouTube. That's the old mogul, right? But back in the day, when I was in college, and anybody that's like my brothers, anybody that know me, they tell you the truth. We had a group called Young Mogul Society. It was called YMS, and we was like doing business and investments and teaching and entrepreneurship and community give backs, right? This is back in like 2010. Young Mogul Society. And that's how I adopted that name of the Young Mogul. But then I hit 30 years old, and I said I'm a big mogul now because I got a son that I can't be young forever. Yeah, I said change. But anyway, that's a different conversation for another day, right? But I'm sharing this story because everybody else fell out of the group. I kept it going. That's why I got Mogul right here, Mogul Lifestyle right here. That's why we got a trademark. That's why we built the brand, because everybody else didn't see it, but I saw it. Even when it wasn't looking good, even when the money wasn't coming in, but I had the vision because God gave it to me, not nobody else. He didn't give nobody else your vision. He gave it to you for a reason. And the worst thing you can do is share a big idea with a small mind. The worst thing you could do is allow other people to have fears and opinions to bring you down. We call them people dream killers. So the one skill or characteristic that you need to have in this process is confidence. Because not everybody's gonna stay on the path. It's not meant for everybody. Are y'all with me? Everything that I just shared, none of it matters if you fold in the process. Are y'all with me? So I'm gonna share a few more things, and then I got something special for y'all. I actually got something special for y'all, right? So not only do we do that, again, we could go get some no doc loans, and we do the exact same process. And now that we got credit cards, and that was just credit unions, you still got the big banks, the local banks, the regional banks. So that's even more funding. You build a sequence. You go get no doc cash loans, and whoever has good credit, you need somebody that's gonna manage the money. You have to be that person. But all you're doing is being able to go out there and access as much capital as possible. We can go get no docs, business lines of credit. So it's multiple ways to go get the money. But we have to master the information first. Are y'all with me? So it's so many strategies, and I gotta bring this to a close. I gotta bring it to a close because we have tomorrow, and tomorrow we have our leadership accountability call 8:30 a.m. and then we have class again 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But ultimately, what I'm exposing you to is a blueprint that I literally didn't make this up. I'm just executing a blueprint. I added some pieces to it, and I'm taking it to the next level. But once we do this, and let's say as a family we have access to 500,000, I remember when we got our first $1.2 million line of credit. I'm sending it to everybody in the group chat. They're like, oh, it was like you couldn't tell us that. I was like, then can I be honest with y'all? I was on the phone with my mentor, right? And I was hyped. I said, yeah, I got a $1.2 million line of credit. Da, 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 da. He said, word? You need more. Like, what that's gonna do for you? I said, God damn, man. He said, you need more. What's that gonna do? That 1 million is for you. That ain't for your family. You gonna run through that. If you talk about family wealth, you need like about 100 more of those. But the point I'm trying to make is I needed somebody in my environment to help expand my mind. Because I was good with what I knew. Until he said, that wasn't enough, bro. You need more. 1.2, that's pennies. I spend that in a week. What are we talking about? Are y'all with me? So all I'm doing is just passing it down, hoping that I can spark that within you. So y'all want some money tonight? Can we implement? Because it's not just a time where we just gonna we just gonna talk about it. I want implementation. It's a boot camp for real, for real. It's a boot camp for real, for real. And I want to shout out everybody that's up and they got their camera that's locked in. Charmaine, you've been locked in. I've been seeing it. Marjorie, you've been locked in. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Last name Kennedy. You're gonna have to tell me your name. I'm gonna get your name. But you've been locked in too. I shout out to you. Shout out to you. Latina, I love it. 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 So y'all ready to implement? If y'all ready to implement, I need y'all to type ready in the chat. If y'all ready to implement, I need y'all to type ready in the chat. If y'all ready to implement. So that's what we're about to do. So It's one thing for me to be able to actually execute on these strategies, but I always say don't judge my success by what I've done alone. I want you to judge my success by the people that I impact. I want you to judge my success by the fruit off the tree. And this person I want to bring up is somebody that executed on exactly what I just shared. Had a family legacy meeting, went out there and executed on the strategies, utilized the operating agreement, got funding, bought a business, hired her family. What I just talked about. So what I want to do, I want y'all to make some noise. I'm about to unmute y'all, and if it don't, if the energy is not right, I'm just not even gonna bring her up because I'm like, y'all ready to go to bed? They've been up all night. They done. They ready to go to. I'm not even gonna deal with it. I need to zoom the damn near break. I need the neighbors to be like, what is happening over there? Like I'm talking about back in the day when I used to be loud, they used to take the broom and hit the ceiling. Like, what y'all doing up there? Like I'm talking about that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna unmute everybody, and I want to bring up Royalty the Glue, who's gonna come in here and help us get some money we're gonna implement tonight. So let's go. If y'all ready, I'm gonna unmute y'all, and I want y'all to make some noise. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Oh,
go.
royalty,
Welcome.
yes.
Welcome, welcome,
Money, money,
welcome.
money, money,
Come
money.
on in,
Let's
family.
go. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Let's go.
Come on in.
Let's go.
Come on in,
Welcome,
family.
welcome, 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 welcome.
Congratulations. Woo.
Family. Come
Welcome,
on
welcome,
in.
welcome.
Come in.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to Georgia.
Yes. Congrats.
Let's go. Feel welcome. You are welcome. Let's go. Come on now. You know.
That's what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna cut like a band-aid. I'm gonna pass the rock. I'm gonna let you do your thing and let's do what we do.
I love it. I love it. Hey, what's going on, family legacy? Listen, I want to know in the chat. Can y'all drop a one in the chat if y'all can see me? I want to know if y'all can see me clear. All right, cool, cool. I love it, right? Because we talking about getting access to some money today, right? We talking about getting some money tonight, right? And how many people know that you can't walk in the bank with your face covered, right? You can't go and get access to capital where the banks can't see you, right? So I don't see a lot of people on my screen. I need to see some more people on my screen. What we doing tonight? I'm about to show y'all how to get some money, real life time, and I need to see more faces than this. I need to see more faces than this. Okay, there we go. I see more people showing up. There we go. This is what I love to see. Because when we're talking about family legacy and it's starting with you, you have to show up, right? How you show up one way is how you show up always, right? And we know you cannot walk in the bank with a ski mask on or your face covered. So I love it. I love it. I'm glad to see my people out here. I love it. I love it. I'm seeing the beautiful smiles. And look at y'all. Y'all, what y'all hiding your faces for? Y'all beautiful, handsome. What y'all hiding your faces for? All right, but I ain't gonna hold y'all too long because we not here for that. Y'all here to get some money, right? So listen, I wanna make a statement to y'all, right? What you don't know, right, is what can you do with what you don't know, right? What can you do with what you don't know, right? And I say this to say we give y'all a little briefing of my back end, just a little short story of me so y'all can know a little bit where I come from, right? Because again, I just want y'all to keep in mind, right? You can't do what you don't know, right? And that's how I started, right? Yeah, born and raised. My name again, Royalty the Glue. Born and raised in the Bronx, New York, right? From housing projects, large family, bunch of brothers and sisters, right? My father was a big time drug dealer, right? And that was my leadership. So that's who I followed, right? So I actually did the same thing. I followed those same leadership skills and I became a street pharmacist. I was in the street hustling, trying to make ends meet, trying to figure out a way to bring money home, right? Because I only knew what I knew, right? And the good thing about that is I had a family member, one of my cousins, that's actually seen something in me. She said, I know you could change the trajectory of the family. So she introduced me to Mogul, right? And before she introduced me to Mogul, yeah, I had the 550 credit score. I got a commercial cleaning company, y'all, right? But I was paying for everything with my own money, for my equipment, for my products, paying for my employees through my own money. I didn't know anything about this information that Mogul about to break down for y'all in this family legacy. And, you know, it was a struggle for me just trying to keep up with my business, keep things going. And my cousin introduced me to Mogul, and I had a full transformation, y'all, a full transformation. And when I say a full transformation, I went from a 580 credit score to in the 800 credit score, right? And it took me no time. When I first joined the program, he had some steps that I seen, and it showed me how to get access to capital with bad credit, y'all. I'm gonna lean in and say that. I got access to capital with bad credit, y'all, close to almost 100K, right? But that wasn't enough for me. I said, I can't do the things I want to do, the high level things that you're actually teaching me to do with just this amount of money. So um, we waited about a month and a half later, right? Not too long after that, I was up about 350K in business funding, right? Doing this, using skills that Mogul actually taught me, because I had to, something similar to what he actually explained to y'all. I had to add an aunt to the operating agreement. But I know we break that more down in the community, but this is what I had to do. And I used my aunt, and it helped leverage me, take me to that next level, because I started multiple businesses. And one of my businesses that I'm so happy for is I started an actual restaurant slash lounge. And the good thing about that was I was able to retire my mother from work, y'all. Clap it up for me. I want to see y'all clap it up for me, right? I was able to retire my mother from work. Do you know how good that make you feel as a person? Right? And I was able to also put family members in position, right? So that was the good thing about actually having being able to connect and build and grow with your family, right? So I love the fact that we got this actual family legacy thing going on, right? Because look, when I look at the word family, what y'all see when y'all hear family? Somebody drop it in the chat for me. I want to know what y'all see what y'all think of when y'all see family. Drop it in the chat, okay? Okay, I see love, future. Okay, I love it. I love it. All right, so when I felt this was something that I had to do for my family, right? So when I see family, I see a foundation. I see accountability. I see mindset. I see integrity. I see legacy. I see you, right? That's actually spell out the word family. So I want to just kind of break that down for you backwards, right? So that's you, and I'm glad all y'all here clap it up, snap it up for yourself, right? Because it started with you actually being able to make that decision to want to be the person to change.
You on mute. Unmute T. Royalty, you on mute. We can't hear you. Royalty, we can't hear you. Royalty, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Royalty. Royalty, we can't hear you. T, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
So can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear
Yes.
me now?
Back. Yep, you back.
All right, cool. I don't know where we got lost at. Where we got lost at. Did y'all hear me say the whole family thing? I want to make sure y'all understood that. Did
We
y'all hear
heard
me
that.
break that down? Sunshine, if you off mute, let me know. Where did I left off at?
We heard family in the first direction, and then you was at you, and I
Ken,
think you back up.
say that again. I can hear you now. I can hear you.
We heard family, the first direction, and then you was talking about you, and then you was going back up, I believe.
All right, cool, cool. I love it. So we're gonna go over that again, right? I love it. I love it. All right, I'm gonna give y'all that again, right? So I broke down the family for y'all, and I want to break it down backwards for y'all. When I mentioned you being able to make that decision, actually coming out and showing out for yourself, showing out for your family, and then creating that legacy, creating something that actually outlives you, that you could pass down to generation and generation, right? And leading with integrity, right? With honesty, respect, and leadership, leading your family in the right direction and having that mindset to think bigger than your own circumstances, right? To think about your family and hold yourself accountable, right? Taking responsibility for your choices, because they say you are born looking like your parents, but you die living like your choices, right? And then setting that strong foundation, right? Through values, right? You want to set that stump that's actually going to grow and build out leaves for your family to grow off of, right? So that's one thing I love about the word family, and those are some of the things I see when it comes to family. So again, I'm glad y'all here, and just wanted to break that down to y'all because I can see each and every one of y'all in me, and I hope you can see me in each and every last one of y'all, right? Because it started with me getting in mentorship. If I didn't get in mentorship, I wouldn't have known any of this information, right? I had to start somewhere, right? I had to bet on myself, right? And then what I love about this actual mentorship is the family love here, right? Being able to get accountable, being able to get the accountability, right? Being able to link with these three kings and get the information that's going to actually help me grow. So I ain't gonna go on, brag on, and go carry on about a bunch of different things. So I'm gonna let y'all get in here and get some money tonight. I just wanted to kind of break that down. I'm so happy to see my people in here. All right. So listen, I'm gonna drop a link in the chat for y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to follow along. Just follow my steps. All right. How many of y'all heard of Wings Financial? Wings Financial Credit Union. Let me drop it in the chat for y'all. Nope, nope, nope. All right, I'm gonna drop it in the chat for y'all. Let me share my screen. Everybody follow this link. Let me drop it again. 1 second. Here we go. All right, let me share my screen and we're gonna get started. All right, let me know if y'all can see my screen. Can y'all see my screen? Put the thumbs up. Laquana, I see you. I see you, Queen. Can you see my screen? Put the thumbs up. All right, we good to go? All right, cool, cool. All right, perfect. So everybody should be right here. But when you come on this page, it's actually going, this is the beginning of the page, right? Wayne's Financial Credit Union. You want to go to spin, and when you hit spin, you're going to go to member cash reward card, right? One thing I want everybody to know that this is a pre-approval. Everybody on here should be on this website trying to get doing exactly what I'm doing. Everybody should be on here doing what I'm doing. Because again, like I mentioned, this is a pre-approval. Everybody can apply for it. It doesn't matter. Make sure your credit is not locked. So if you got your credit locked with the third-party credit unions, with any of the hidden credit unions, just unlock your credit score before you actually run this play. All right. So again, this is a pre-approval. You want to enter in your cell phone number, right? Everybody should be on this page. Enter in your cell phone number. Make sure you put the correct cell phone number, because what they're going to do is send you a code, and you're going to need that code to continue out the application. All right. So make sure you put the correct cell phone number in. I'm gonna kind of lead y'all through it because I already did it. So next, after you put your cell phone number in, they're gonna send you a code. You're gonna use that verification code, enter it, and then enter the last 4 digits of your social security number. All right. After you enter your last 4 digits of your social security number, it's going to show you to review your personal information. I want you to go ahead and review that personal information. If you need to update it or add your email address, go ahead and do it right there. All right. After that, you want to click next. All right. Once you click next, it's going to have you complete your employment and housing information. You're going to complete that employment and housing information. Once you complete it, I want you to hit see results. All right. Once you click see results, I need everybody in here to drop your results in the chat for all the products you got approved for. They got multiple products. They got auto loans, personal loans, business products. You should get approved for multiple products. I want to see y'all drop them in the chat. How much you got approved for? Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it started, y'all. Where we go? Here we go. What credit bureau do Wings pull from? They pull from Experian, but again, make sure all your credit reports is unlocked. This is a soft pull, so they're not going to pull your credit to see if you get pre-approved. Once you accept it, then that's when you get hit with the hard increase. So we're going to see what you get pre-approved for first. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to go over the steps one more time. For y'all. All right. So what we're going to do is you're going to enter your phone number. Once you get to this website, right, you're going to enter your phone number. Make sure you enter the correct number because they're going to send you a verification code. When you receive that verification code, you're going to enter it. It's going to ask for the last 4 digits of your social security. The last 4 digits of your social security, right? You're going to review your personal information. Make sure all your personal information is correct. Make sure you add your email address if it's not there. All right. Once you add that information, make sure all your information is correct. You want to go to the next page. You want to complete your employment and housing information. Complete your employment and housing information. Once you complete that, you're going to go and click results, see results. All right. You're going to click see results. I need everybody to start dropping their results in the chat. Start dropping their results in the chat. Let me know if y'all need me to go over it one more time. Drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know. I see Kana got a 10K credit card 3 times, which was 30K. Let's go, Kana. I see it. Let's go, Kana. Let's go. Y'all need me to do it one more time? All right. All right. All right. Let's go. All right. Make sure y'all on the site. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go? All right. Make sure y'all own Wings Financial.
Hold up, royalty. So they just answered a few questions. They said, do they have to join Wings Federal Credit Union in order to get access to this?
Not the pre-approval. So you just seeing what you get approved for. If you want to accept it, that's when you get hit with the hard inquiry, and that's when you join Wings Financial.
All right. So
right now, you do not need to join to see your pre-approval.
So you don't need to join to see a pre-approval, and this is a pre-approval soft pull. So anybody can do this. Now, if you decide to move forward, then it'll be a hard pull. But I'm not telling anybody to move forward yet. We want to start with the pre-approval process just so we can actually follow along and we kind of get to where we're going to go to. So just want to make sure that's clear. Everybody should be doing this. Is a soft pull pre-approval, and you do not need to sign up with Wings. I'm gonna make that clear. Keep rolling, Royalty.
Yep. Let's get it, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna go over it one more time. Everybody should be here on this site. You should see where it says enter your personal information. It's asking for your cell phone number. You want to enter your cell phone number. Once you enter your cell phone number, the next step, they're gonna send you a verification code to your cell phone. Make sure you put that verification code in, right? Once you put that verification code in, they're going to ask for the last 4 digits of your social security number. You want to enter the last 4 digits of your social security number. Then it's going to ask you to review your personal information. You want to review your personal information. Make sure it's correct. Make sure they got your email address up to date. Once you click the next button, it's going to ask you to complete your employment and housing information. Once you complete your employment and housing information, then you click see results. Click see results and see how much you get approved for. Getting forward, looks like they mentioned files for different categories. What did they for? Click. Yep. So you clicking on credit card. So if you start here, let's go to the very beginning, right? So if you're starting at the beginning of the page, right? You want to click spin, and you're going to go to member cash reward card. Member cash reward card. Once you click the members cash reward card, you're going to click apply now. You're going to click apply now, and it's going to bring you right here to this page to enter your cell phone number. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. All right, cool. So you should be here right now. LaQueen, I see 3 credit cards, 10K each, 30K. I seen you. Oh, that's what's up, Queen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on, let me see. Start dropping them in the chat. Let me see y'all dropping these numbers in the chat. Again, this is a pre-approval. So let me see what y'all get approved for. Telling me it won't affect my credit. No, it will not affect your credit. It's a soft pull. This is a soft pull. So yeah, everybody should be doing it. Everybody should be doing it. It will not affect your credit score. You do not have to join the union to see if you get approved. All right. It's only going to affect your credit score once you accept it. It will not accept your credit. It will not affect your credit score to see your pre-approval. All right, Legendary Kev, I see 3 cards, 15K each. Let's get it. Let's go, King. Let's go. Who else we got? Who else we got? I want to see y'all dropping them in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know if we're gonna do another one. Like, we got to see what's going on. I need to see more pre-approvals being dropped in this chat. Let's get it. Not showing me a pre-approval. Make sure y'all all doing it right. Again, remember, enter the right correct phone number so you can get that access code. You enter that access code, you're gonna ask to put down your social security number. View your personal information, make sure it's correct. All right. After you view your personal information, you want to complete your employment and housing information and click results to see what you get approved for. Somebody said four credit cards. 4 credit cards. Drop the numbers. I see it. X, King X. Drop the numbers. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all.
Start from the beginning one more time, Royalty, please. Go back to the home
Let me
page.
go for all right. Let's
Mhm.
get it. I'm gonna start from the beginning, y'all. I'm gonna take the code from here and drop it in the chat for y'all. All right, we're gonna copy, we're gonna paste it here for you. We're gonna paste it here for you, all right? All right, once you get here, let me know. We all should be here, right? We all should be at this exact website. If you're at this website, drop a 2 in the chat. Drop a 2 in the chat. I want to see the chat being flooded with tools. It should be flooded with tools. Let's go. All right, I see it coming in. I see it coming in. All right. All right. Now don't have to look for the link. Don't worry about looking for the link, guys. And we're gonna drop it right here in the chat for y'all. So all you gotta do is just look in the chat. All right. Once you click on that link, once you click on this link here, it's gonna have you on this page. All right. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to spin. You're gonna click spin, and you're gonna see it's gonna say member cash reward card. Member cash reward card. You're gonna click that. Once you click members cash reward card, it's going to say apply now, right? You're going to click apply now, which is going to bring you to this first page where it says personal information, right? Personal information. Let's use your cell phone to confirm your ID. Everybody should be here right now, confirming their identification with their cell phone number. You're going to enter in your cell phone number. When you enter your cell phone number, make sure it's the right number because they're gonna send you a verification code. I want you take that verification code and come back here and put it inside this website. You're going to drop that verification code in here. It's going to ask you for the last 4 digits of your social because it's only checking you as a person. It's not actually giving you a hard pull. It's not pulling your credit. This is just a soft pull. This is to just see your identity. All right. So it's only asking for the last 4 of your social. Right. Then you want to review your personal information. Once you review your personal information and it's correct, the email address is there, complete your employment and housing information. Once you complete that information, then you want to click see results and start dropping your results in the chat, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Drop them results in the chat. Let's go.
Hold on, let's get a count. Let's get a count. Let's get a count. Let's bring Sunshine up. Sunshine, you available to do a count? Let's bring Sunny up.
All right,
Let's bring
where's
Sunny
Sunny
up.
at?
Let's unshare the screen. Unshare the screen. Let's bring Sunny up. And I know you got another one, but we ain't gonna do the second one because it took too long with the first one. I don't know what's going on.
They might need the second one because they scrambling with this one. They still need help. There's a lot going on. It says something different on the cell phones, is what they saying. I'm reading the chat. So we don't have that many people that actually was able to get through this process so far. Right now, we only up to, wait a minute, I just seen a number. We just got 12.5 on 3 cards. So right now we at 210. We at 210K. And that's only with like 3 or maybe 4 people.
Yeah, we gotta keep them numbers coming. What? All right. So what's the difficulties y'all have? Drop it in the chat. Drop them in the chat. Let me see what's going on here. Yep, you're using your cell phone number. Then you don't need a member account number. Leave that 0. You can leave that blank.
They saying it's telling to pick a card.
The card you want to pick is you want to pick the MasterCard. Let me show y'all one more time. This is the card you want to pick. Here we go. We're gonna go right back to it. We got options to pick different cards, but this is a pre-approval. So even though I'm showing y'all this exact card, you're gonna have options of all the different cards to choose from. But you want to pick member cash reward card. Member cash rewards card. Members cash rewards card.
And that's
All
under
right.
the credit section.
Yes, you have to unlock your credit report. It's not going to pull your credit report, but in order for them to see it as a soft pull pre-approval, you need to unlock your credit report.
So Robin got 12.5.
She's been added.
Let's add the numbers. Let's add the numbers up. At this point, we gotta close this thing up. We got a jam-packed week. Not week, but next 2 days. I want to share the schedule for the next 2 days. And what we'll do is you available tomorrow night, Royalty?
Yep, absolutely.
We'll see we'll see how they operate, and we'll bring you back tomorrow. We're gonna try to go for some more money. But let's see what we got right now. Everybody, if you was approved, drop how much you were approved for in the chat. So 75,000 alone, 15,000. Like, so they dropping it. So somewhere, somehow, there's some type of disconnect. We'll have to kind of figure that out. And we'll circle back tomorrow on that. But let's add this up, Sonny.
We had 247.5.
247,000. All right, cool. Let's keep rolling. It's asking for a member number. It should not ask you for a member number. You must have did something incorrectly.
Yep, if it's asking for a member number, you can leave that blank. You do not have to put in a member number. You do not have a member number. You are not a member as of yet, so you can leave that blank. You can use the computer or your cell phone. It's either way, it's fine.
All right, so ultimately, this is just showing us proof of concept, right? So when we are going on our family legacy meetings, right, we can do things like this and apply live on the spot, get pre-approvals, kind of walk everybody through the process, because this is going to be new for everybody, right? So if it's new for you or you're trying to connect the dots, imagine you being that trailblazer at your family legacy meeting. how do you articulate? How do you get everybody to be able to kind of do this process? How do you apply? How do you go on your funding process? So again, we got a full-blown mentorship where we go more in detail because we have more time, obviously. But I just want to make sure we understand the proof of concept, the bigger picture here, right? The bigger picture is this is how it works. And that's just one credit union. That's one credit union. I gave y'all 15 credit unions. So you could actually go, if I'm you, I'm actually taking, if you took screenshots of the other credit unions, I'm going to go see which one's doing pre-approvals and I'm going to build my sequence because I already gave it to you. All right, do we got any other approvals? Any other approvals?
Yep, we
Any
do.
other approvals?
We have 422.5 now.
All right, 422. All right, so we doing better. We doing better. We doing better. We doing better. So let's give like 2 more minutes as we do that. But Royalty, I'm proud of you. I want you to drop your Instagram in the chat, Royalty. For those of you that's not following Royalty, go follow her, see what she got going on. This is real life. This is not paid. You can't make this up, right? You got to go follow and see what's going on. Royalty invested to join the Mailbox Millionaire Academy in 2021. And she's been locked in ever since, really growing, developing herself. Now is a coach in her program. Now has a funding company and helping serve other people and have other businesses. But again, what I want to share with you is proof of concept. If you work the process, it will work for you. Does that make sense? If you work the process, it will work for you. I remember when Royalty was hearing this information and she's like, what? But she executed. I remember when we had conversations with her and her aunt, we got on the phone doing an operating agreement, going to get funding, but she executed. Somebody type execute in the chat. That's the most important piece. So drop your Instagram. I did go to Instagram right there.
Cool.
No, you gotta drop it. I don't see it. I don't see the Instagram.
Yep, I'm dropping it now.
All right, cool. So I want to just share something really quick as y'all getting those numbers going. I want to share something really quick. Everybody, you should be in the Telegram chat. If you're not in the Telegram chat, make sure you get in there. This is where we're going to be communicating throughout the next few days. And then right here, we have our class reminders. So this is the Zoom link. It's the same Zoom link. Don't hit me up saying, Mogul, where the link? It's here. So copy it, paste it, put it in your Google Calendar, put it in your notes, save it in your phone, whatever you need to do. We will be back tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. for our leadership accountability call with our very own Mindset Mogul. And then we actually have a 1 p.m. work group session with Taisha. She's going to go through business structure. So those of you looking to set up your business to be properly structured the right way so you can go get funding on your business, we have a 1 p.m. work group session. And then we are back tomorrow for the main event, 8:30, where we're going to talk about Mailbox Millionaire Banking, which is our infinite banking strategy, how we leverage insurance and we pull our resources together. So that's a powerful class that you do not want to miss. And then we're back, then we're back Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. again for our leadership call. We have a 1 p.m. work group session on Faces Life Insurance. And then we're going to talk about investing strategy. So now that we got all of this money, now that we've been able to set up insurance policies and make sure our family bank is set, we're going to talk about how do we invest this money to start building wealth and cash flow for our family. So I want you to take a screenshot of this. And once you got that, I want you to type "got it" in the chat. Now, this is in your Telegram as well. So again, you got to be in the Telegram. So team, can y'all drop the Telegram link one more time? Because this is where the communication will be. This is where you'll have your links. This is where we'll be building for the next 2 days. This is day 1. We got Monday and we got Tuesday. Great way to start your week. Great way to end the month going into the new month. All right? Cool. We want to make sure we're good on that. All right, cool. So where we at? Did the numbers go up? Did the numbers go up?
No, not that I can see so far.
All right, so we're gonna have to spin the block tomorrow. I don't know what's happening right now. We need a little more. We need a little more time to kind of break this down. All right, cool.
So, yep, we got to make sure we spin the block back.
Yeah, we'll spin the block. We got to close this thing up. We won't get you back your time. We know y'all got work. We know a lot of y'all got things going on. And we do have our 8:30 a.m. Leadership call. Very important, all right? So if you're gonna be on a leadership call, let me know what time is that leadership call. Put it in the chat. What time is our leadership call tomorrow morning? What time is our leadership call tomorrow morning? 8:30 a.m. Thank you. 8:30 a.m. It will be this same Zoom link. No new Zoom link. All right. All right, perfect. So let's wrap this thing up. Sunshine, I'll bring you off the screen. Rory team, I'll bring you off the screen. Appreciate you 1,000%. Was this valuable? Was this a valuable day one? Did we get more insight on what it means to actually build family legacy and how to actually structure our meetings and overcome the objections and the signs behind what I've been able to do? Is this something that like we feel like we can execute on? And this is just day one. Day two, oh my goodness. You don't want to miss day two and you don't want to miss day three, I promise you. So with that being said, we're going to close out strong. And I want y'all to do this homework assignment. We're going to be giving away a $500 grant. At the end of this, we're going to announce a winner to get the $500 grant. And the winner of this grant is going to be the person that shows up on every class with their camera on. So you can't miss a morning call, no work group session, no night class. Also, the person that does all of the homework assignments. I'm going to make sure it's clear. Shows up on every call, 100% attendance, completes the homework assignments, and then we'll also drop a grant application. Those are going to be the 3 qualifications. So your homework for tonight, I want you to go in that Telegram, and I want you to drop a video and let us know what is your biggest takeaways from tonight's class. It doesn't have to be long, 30 seconds, 60 seconds the most, but let us know what are your biggest takeaways from tonight's class, all right? If y'all got that, put God in the chat. And this is going to be part of you being able to qualify for this $500 grant. Let's connect, let's build. All right, so I'm going to unmute everybody. And I want y'all to make some noise. Let's go out strong. Let's go out strong. Let's make sure we have high energy and we keep it flowing. So I'm going to unmute everybody. And again, if you felt like this was valuable and you ready for tomorrow, I need you to make some noise, y'all. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
go.
Excited.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
And learning.
Let's
Like,
do it.
out.
Let's
Got it.
go.
Maybe right.
This is great. This is good.
Like,
I got business, credit, real estate. Got some assets on the market from recession up to date. I got business, credit, real estate. I just got some life insurance in the trust and family straight. I got business, credit, real estate. Got a contract and agreement with the signature in place. I got business, credit, real estate. I got some funding for the business with a lower interest rate. I got get your LLC, you gon' need an EIN. You get verified online. A few more steps, you be right in. Get your headset in the game. We gon' need you to buy in. Execution is the loophole with the strings that we tie in. Business bank account and the number for DMB. Passive income like them bills, cause right now I'm free. Making plays just like the playoffs, but the sand on TNT. Then the knowledge is the source. You can get the season free. You go from renting to a mortgage. Woeford ain't no shortage. Build what your supporters. Multi-family or self-storage. I salute and I applaud it. If you learn the game and taught it, not to have you can't afford it. Dropping juice and I just called them. I got business, credit, real estate. Got some assets on the market from recession up to date. I got business, credit, real estate. I just got some life insurance in the trust and family straight. I got business, credit, real estate. Got a contract and agreement with the signature in place. I got business, credit, real estate. I got some funding for the business with a lower interest rate. I got forget about your past. Banks is giving out the bag. To stand on those investments, you gon' need to sit in class. It's a method to the madness. Navy Federal a classic. So much of a credit unions you could get a bag with. Swerving in the traffic, merge right in the platinum. Use one inquiry, 5 cars you can stack a strategy. I pay the fee, learn the game from A to Z. Business pays up ADP, cashback so it stay with me. Shopify, Stripe, wholesale and get right. Start a business overnight. You could take off like a flight. It's about that time. Salary to 99.